After a tense year on the campaign trail,
the radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen,
during a global pandemic,
when you do testing to that extent, you're going to find more people, you're going to find more cases.
Capped off by a violent descent on the Capitol, President-elect Biden and his transition team are gearing up for an extremely out-of-the-ordinary inauguration.
It was always going to be a smaller swearing-in ceremony this year than in years past because of the coronavirus pandemic and concerns about crowd size and people gatherings facilitating the spread of COVID-19. But the insurrection only made that desire from local and federal officials even more urgent and pressing.
Normally, the inauguration is a peaceful passing of the torch between administrations, but both the coronavirus crisis and the need for heightened security will change how the historic day unfolds.
We never thought that our portfolio would include a pandemic, an insurrection, and impeachment. But all of that is converging at once around the time of this inauguration.
The massive security presence is a direct response to the violent pro-Trump mob that stormed the Capitol on January 6th.
Not only that same night did the House and Senate go back to finish their jobs, we now have this moment, this sacred ritual where the president and vice president are sworn in. And I think that is the piece of this that sometimes is getting lost right now, how important this moment's going to be in light of what happened with the insurrection. They were trying to stop it.
Large swaths of the city are closed off to unauthorized parties, fences have gone up, and security forces are spread out throughout the district. Upwards of 20,000 National Guard troops are expected to be in the nation's capital before Inauguration Day.
So the biggest, most sweeping gesture made in recent days was by the National Park Service and the U.S. Secret Service that closed down effectively the entire National Mall to the general public. It's going to be very hard for people to enter downtown D.C. for the next few days. As you can see downtown by the pure number of military and law enforcement officials, they're posturing in a very clear and intentional way to make sure people know to stay away.
Extreme health and security circumstances have presented a unique set of challenges for the Biden inauguration team. At the same time, the Biden campaign is well-versed in adapting to out-of-the-ordinary circumstances. Despite all of this, Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris will be sworn in during a small ceremony on the west front of the Capitol.
This is the moment where our democracy is renewed again at the inauguration, where you have a new president and a new vice president, the first African-American vice president, the first Asian-American vice president, the first woman vice president, taking the oath of office with all of the leadership from Democratic and Republican sides in the Senate and the House. I think that's going to be really important given what just happened.
And while inauguration crowd size may be a measure of enthusiasm,
it looked like 1.5 million people, whatever it was.
It would be impossible for this year's extraordinary inauguration to follow the same metric.
We're in the middle of a pandemic. People will be dying as we speak. Families will be losing loved ones that they can't even be with in the hospital. So in some ways, this empty mall and this more somber setting, and it reflects how the nation feels right now. But at the same time, I don't want people to lose the celebration and the joy that we're going to feel when Joe and Kamala get sworn in.
The final missing piece is President Trump. He said he won't attend Biden's inauguration and plans to leave D.C. the morning of the swearing in. All in all, the pandemic, security threats, and political tension will change the look and feel of inauguration.
It's a good thing I'm not showing up.
But in the end, the historic day still marks the new beginning of the next 4 years.
It's time to put away the harsh rhetoric, lower the temperature, see each other again, listen to each other again. And to make progress, we have to stop treating our opponents as our enemies. They are not our enemies. They are Americans. They're Americans.